Welcome back, everybody, to A&M Reviews. It's Muhammad and Adrian, and today we're going to review the film The Gray Man. But this film is about when the CIA's top asset, his identity known to no one, uncovers agency secrets. He triggers a global hunt by assassins set loose by his ex-colleague. So, what did you get from the film The Gray Man?
I thought it was, classic action movie. Reminded me a little bit of, the relationship he had with the young girl, reminded me of Rush Hour. I think it was the first one, the Asian girl they're trying to protect. I don't know why. Like, it wasn't anything else similar to that, but other than that fact. But basic action film. We have someone who's trying not to get burned by the agency he works for. I feel like he was a bit, Six's skills were a bit like, how did he get them? We understand he went to jail because he killed his father at a young age, but
Spoilers.
Yeah. But how does he become a mercenary by being in jail? Like, they didn't have any other proof that he was actually capable of stuff he was doing. We didn't see him train or anything like that. But no, I thought it was well written. It was fun to watch. Chris Evans playing Lloyd as kind of the reckless guy. Not necessarily a villain, but yes, villain, anti-hero, I don't know. Was fun seeing him in that character. But yeah.
So you think he might be an anti-hero?
I don't know if he was a villain, but he also wasn't good. I mean, he was the antagonist, I guess. But was he really? He was given a job.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that he is the villain, and I thoroughly enjoyed him. I think he was probably the best part of the film.
Oh, he was hilarious to watch. I mean, he had some of the best lines.
The only memorable lines.
Yeah. And it almost felt like parts of it was ad-lib because they were just like his insults or when he got hurt, things he would say. It was funny.
Yeah. I did enjoy this film for the most part, but as somebody would say, things might be a little bit gray, or you kind of feel in the middle about it. That's how I kind of feel about this film. It's highly action-packed. I really like the way that they film the action. The guys who directed this were the Russo brothers, who've done the biggest Avengers films and the last two Captain America films. It's not the same type of action, but the action is filmed very well, especially with like how they follow behind some of the action. It's really good. Sometimes over the top too, especially towards the middle. Yes. But as far as the actors go, I feel like it kind of was a waste. You do have some pretty good actors here, some A-listers, Ryan Gosling. I felt like he could have had more of a personality, but he didn't really.
It was pretty dry.
Very dry. Ana de Armas, she pretty much did what she usually does. I mean, everybody else was pretty bland or just angry. But Chris Evans, he got angry, but he was very expressive. Mm-hmm. He said a lot of jokes. He was the best part of the film. I enjoyed every time that he came on screen because you knew that something was going to go down. He was a very good fighter. Probably was the biggest challenge to Six, being played by Ryan Gosling, but just the best part of the film.
Yeah, for sure. Hilarious throughout. His boss, and I probably looked up how to pronounce his name, but it's like French. Mr. Page, Denny Carmichael in this is kind of like he is the boss. He's not the big boss though. They keep referencing who the big boss is, and he's working for him, but they never say who that person is. I never have him on screen. But I feel like he was trying to be that villain behind the scenes, that guy who's like in The Boys, the leader of the big company, of that kind of scary, intimidating person behind the scenes. But it just wasn't selling for me. I don't know, it felt very amateur. I don't know why.
I agree totally, because there was really nothing memorable about him. He pretty much was just pissed off the whole time, never got anything done, and he was just trying to call the shots when he wasn't really the big boss. He was like the guy who was in charge, like the manager that was there for the day. But there's a big boss behind him. If he doesn't get his job done to get all these other employees in order, then he's going to suffer the consequences.
Mm-hmm.
But he never succeeded in anything. Really, most of the guys that he tries to get to 6 and kill him, nothing comes through for him.
Right.
He's just sitting around angry all the time, trying to get things out of people, but just not being successful one bit. Billy Bob Thornton, he was fine. He didn't do anything.
Yeah, he was believable. I mean, he was on Six's side the whole time, kind of. And then Six was, of course, protecting his granddaughter, and who had to have like the saddest story. I mean, a pacemaker as a child, like super fragile. She can't get overexcited, or she like has, I don't know, heart attacks or something. I don't know. I think with that condition, there's no way she would have survived this film the way she did. But they were piling it on thick with like the sob story, making us feel bad for this little girl, and they didn't have to.
Yeah, to a certain degree, yes, but she was a little bit disrespectful.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, it didn't seem like she was thankful. She was just like, do what you're told.
Yes, she had a little attitude.
But she was fine. I mean, I didn't have a problem with her. But Alfre Woodard, she had a very small role.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll get into it later.
But I liked her role. I liked that role. It was very small, but I appreciated the character. I kind of expected what she did to happen. But she was in it for a brief period of time, and I felt was just as significant as people who were in the film for much longer. It's interesting. There's a reason that she's like awarded. You can tell who the newcomers are.
Thanks for watching, and if you would like to be featured on our podcast, make sure to click the link in the description.